Last time on It Moves.
Ooh.
And now the continuation.
Factorized. I can't seem to read today. Oh boy. Sure, let's save this thing. Okay. I can't seem to read and all kinds of issues. That's kind of cool. Huge skull. Oh, they locked us in. Oh boy. Oh, it opened his eyes. Oh boy, here we go. Hey buddy, me again. Just passed through. See you later. Hi, me again. See you later. Hey, did you miss me? I'm back. He didn't miss me. Okay. Pentagram. Some kind of altar. Okay. Large fan circulating the stuffy air. I hear something. Something's clanking around down here. It almost looks like the lights on a runway at airports. Do they do anything? I guess not. Still hear the noise. Can't get through there. Some kind of machine. Hello? How you doing? It's a friendly machine. Oh, what's that? I did something. I don't know what. Okay, I saw that. There's some kind of green landscape. The picture is in too bad shape to make out any details. What's this? Can't tell. Is that something? Yeah, that's blocked off. Can't seem to get in there. Oh wait, yeah, I can. What does it say? Okay, evolve? I have no idea. Ooh. It's a dude with a paper bag on his head. I went to Leo's Coney Island today and got me some fish and chips. And I love Leo's Coney Island because they always remember to give you your lemon slice with your fish and chips. Not that I'm not sponsored by them or anything, I just like them.
Leo's Coney Island. It's not Joe's Diner, thank God.
See if Bagman is open now. Oh. did it go? Whoa! Ooh! What is this? It was like a head with a bunch of baby heads just hanging out. It's funny how certain words can remain hidden from your mind no matter how blatant or obvious they are. One word came to me that night, lying there in the darkness alone, frightened, aware of a rotten change in the atmosphere, the thickening of the air as if something had displaced it. As I heard the first casual twists of the bed sheets below, that thing's back. The first anxious increase in my heartbeat at the realization that something was once again in the bottom bunk. That word. A word which has been sent to exile, filtered up through my consciousness, breaking free of all repression, gasping for air, screaming, etching, and carving itself into my mind. Ghost. As this thought came to me, I noticed that my unwelcome visitor had ceased moving. The bed sheets lay calm and dormant, but they had been replaced by something far more hideous. A slow, rhythmic, gasping breath heaved and escaped from the thing below. I could imagine its chest rising and falling with each sordid, wheezing, and garbled breath. I shuddered and hoped beyond all hope that it would leave without occurrence. The house lay as it had the previous night in a thick blanket of darkness. Silence prevailed, all but for the perverted breath of my as yet unseen bunkmate. I lay there terrified. I just wanted this thing to go, to leave me alone. What did it want? Then something unmistakably chilling transpired. It moved. Ah, the name of the game. It moved in a way different from before. When it threw itself around in the bottom bunk, it seemed unrestrained, without purpose, and almost animalistic. To that thing lying there in the darkness, that thing which seemed intent on terrorizing a young boy, calmly and nonchalantly sat up. Its labored breathing had become louder. Ooh! Goosebumps, man! Now only a mattress and a few flimsy wooden slats separated my body from the unearthly breath below. I lay there, my eyes filled with tears. A fear which mere words cannot relate to you or anyone else coursed through my veins. I would not have believed that this fear could have been heightened, but I was so wrong. I imagined what this thing would look like, sitting there listening from below my mattress, hoping to catch the slightest hint that I was awake. Imagination then turned into an unnerving reality, began to touch the wooden slats, which my mattress sat on. It seemed to caress them carefully, running what I imagined to be fingers and hands across the surface of the wood. Oh, then, with great force, it prodded angrily between two slats into the mattress. Even through the padding, it felt as though someone had viciously stuck their fingers into my side. I let out an almighty cry, and the wheezing, shaking, and moving thing in the bunk below replied in kind of violently vibrating the bunk as it had done the night before. Small flakes of paint powdered onto my blanket from the wall as the frame of the bed scraped along it, backwards and forwards. Oh, sorry guys, I can't read today. Once again, I was bathed in light, and there stood my mother, loving, caring as she always was, with a comforting hug and calming words which eventually subdued my hysteria. Of course she asked what was wrong, but I could not say, I dared not say. I simply said one word over and over again. Nightmare. This pattern of events continued for weeks, if not months. Night after night, I would awaken to the sound of rustling sheets. Each time I would scream so as to not provide this abomination with time to prod and feel for me. Touchy-feely. With each cry, the bed would shake violently, stopping with the arrival of my mother, who would spend the rest of the night in the bottom bunk, seemingly unaware of the sinister force torturing her son nightly. Along the way, I managed to frame illness a few times to come up with other less than truthful reasons for sleeping in my parents' bed, but more often than not, I would be alone for the first few hours of each night in that place, the room where the light from outside did not sit right, alone with that thing. With time, you can become desensitized to almost anything, no matter how horrific. I had come to realize that for whatever reason, this thing could not harm me when my mother was present. I am sure the same would have been said for my father, but as loving as he was, waking him from sleep was almost impossible. Ah, yeah, my pops was like that too. Waking me, on the other hand, was no trouble at all, thanks to the nightmares. This poor kid. Oh my goodness. He's going to be traumatized for life.